Good morning, everyone. I hope you're having a wonderful August morning. Today, I'd like to share a book with you entitled Jesus' Miracles. Mary and Jesus went to a wedding party in the town of Cana. The wine ran out, and soon everyone would be thirsty. Mary asked Jesus to help because she knew that Jesus can do anything. And she was right. Jesus turned the water into wine to help his friends. Jesus and his disciples were sailing on the Sea of Galilee when a raging storm came up. The mighty wind tossed the small boat up and down on the crashing waves. "Help, Lord, save us!" cried the frightened disciples. Jesus raised his arms and faced the raging storm. "Quiet, be still," he commanded, and at once the wind and waves became calm. Even the wind and water knew that Jesus can do anything. More than 5,000 people listened to Jesus teach about God. The people became hungry, but there was hardly anything to eat. Could Jesus feed so many people with only 5 loaves of bread and 2 small fish? Of course he could. Jesus can do anything. Jesus blessed the food and fed all the hungry people. There were even 12 baskets of leftovers. One night, Jesus walked on the water to be with Peter and his disciples in their boat. Peter walked on the water too, but when he looked away from Jesus, he began to sink. Jesus helped Peter back into the boat. Jesus really can do anything. Now, was there anything that you noticed about those stories? The thing that I noticed was that none of those miracles happened in a church. They all happened out where the people were. When we read about Jesus, we see that he really liked to hang out with people. He had meals in their homes. He fished with friends. He shared a picnic on the side of a hill and told stories about God. I think that Jesus just really liked being with the people, wherever they happened to be. I think he thinks the same thing about us. Even though it will be wonderful when we can come back to this church and we can worship together and sing and pray and learn together, that doesn't prevent Jesus from being with us, from hanging out with us. He's with you whether you are in your backyard playing, in your classroom, on the football field. He just wants to be part of your life. And the way we do that, the way we invite him into our life, is just by talking to him. We call that prayer, but really it's just sharing our thoughts and our feelings with Jesus and knowing and believing that he hears us, that he cares, and that miracles actually still can happen. So I hope that you all stay safe and stay healthy. Remember to stay connected to Jesus. Remember that he is there for you, wanting to hang out and wanting to add a miracle into your life. Now, before I sign out today, I'd like to share a little announcement with you. I am going to be taking a leave of absence for the next few months. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm leaving or that I'm going to be absent. I hope that I can stay very connected to you and to this church. But it does mean that I will not be fulfilling the role of the Christian education director for the near future. Our church is in such an interesting time. Who would think that we would have ever been closed for this long? But it has really opened our eyes to so many new ways of doing worship, so many new ways of being connected. And so I'm going to take this time to really think and pray about how I might best serve the church in the future. I truly believe that God has great things in store for us. And I will take some time to figure out how I can fit in the best way. So now I hope I still hear from you. You can text, call, email anytime. I will be keeping you and this church in my prayers. And I look forward so much to that day when I can see you running down that hallway. But until then, keep your heart open to Jesus. Stay connected and keep believing in those miracles.